Hi everybody. Great morning. That was my chai in this Cowback cup. Thank you to For Imprint for sending me this tumbler sample a while ago. Anyway, I wanted to make a quick video with all the abundance of energy that I have today. And I just went to the library and got 2 books. One is Joe Dispenza's Being Supernatural, and the other one is Gabby Bernstein's Happy Days. And I've yet to read any of them at all, and they were just in front of me, and so I got them. And then when I was checking out, there's a gentleman who was saying that he could never complete a novel, and I said, well, if you say you can't, then you can't. And I said, why do you think that is? And he said he just loses interest in the middle. And I told him that probably stems from childhood trauma. And he said, how does that coordinate, with him not finishing a book? Correlate, excuse me. And I said, it's like, you'd be surprised, and you never know. So, I questioned if he ever had looked into that for himself, like why that is. And it's just so interesting. So like today's message is, and he had asked me, okay, so he had asked me, when is it that changed for me? Because I told him I used to be the same way, where I didn't have interest. And excuse me, I had to pull him up. When I didn't have interest in reading books, and I was unable to read books, and that was a dark time of my life where I struggled with depression and completing things, and where I let my creativity flow, which is great, but I would leave things incomplete, and that does stem from my behavioral patterns and trauma responses that I've had over time. So it's really good to get to know yourself. And this was a black male gentleman who's older, maybe late 40s, 50s, I don't know. But the whole point is, it's interesting. It's interesting to me, because even prior to connecting with him, when I went to the dentist, one of the women there, they were saying, who's working there, she was saying that how she had never been to Japan. And I just find it always interesting how so many people are living their life, but not really living their life, compared to how I have chosen to live it, and I've been blessed and been able to live it. Not that there is a right way, wrong way, but it's always so mind-boggling to me. And as I'm growing older now, I just turned 30, that when I look back at my milestones and I look back at my life, I'm like, wow, I really have done a lot in other people's eyes, like as far as traveling and things like that, because you don't really hear of people doing those things, because maybe people have kids and they settle down, or get married, or like these things. And even with that, you could travel and things. But the whole point is that willpower, the desire, that feeling good enough, and believing in yourself that you can do these things. And it's like, I know that my desires have led me to do everything that I have done so far, and I'm trying to remove any more blocks that prevent me to do so. So going back to the gentleman who, stated that he's not able to finish reading a book, and maybe one day he will be able to, because I said, maybe one day you'll wake up, years from now, and have this desire, obsession to like read hundreds of books. And he said, maybe, because who we are today and what we have going on within ourselves, our likings and dislikings change. And that's what I told him. So the foods you may like right now, you may not like later. It's kind of like that. It's like there's a time in your life for certain things. So that's my message of the day, is like, don't be so hard on yourself, or feel like, you're not good enough as other people because you're not a reader, or things like that. Like, yeah, successful people do read, like it's been said, right, from studies and all that. But I told him you could also listen to books. And, there is no, there is a universal truth, if you believe or not, but like, there is no one true way of the right way. Like, I don't believe in that. Like, when it comes to entrepreneurship, you need to wake up at 5 or 3, or you need to eat this specific thing to lose weight, or you need to fuck that air, please. There's so many things, even before all this technology and before these times, especially in the Western world, where women were giving birth just fine before all this stuff came about, where, relationships were going just fine before divorces came about. Like, there's like so many different things, and it's like the world was still proceeding, okay, before all this shit came around. So don't ever feel like you have the power, I would say, not even the power to tell somebody that their way is not going to work, or their way is not the right way. But you can definitely follow a mentor and a coach in their footsteps and what worked for them, but don't be 100% that it's going to work for you, because what God has for you in your own journey is designed uniquely to you, baby. So don't do that. And it's a great day to have a great day. And you know, all this energy and this empowerment, this encouragement, this is all coming from within and from me releasing trauma. Like these past couple of days, I've been going to different yoga classes, and I've learned that mental health is emotional health through Mastin Kipp. If you guys know of Mastin Kipp, that's MASTINKIPP. Great content, great person, it seems. And through his work, you could look him up. I've come to learn that, and I knew already through the book Body Keeps the Score that trauma's trapped within, but really, like when I had stopped doing yoga and now I'm doing yoga again, it's very different from when I did CrossFit, because I didn't necessarily feel that trauma was releasing from my body through those CrossFit movements. But with yoga, the vinyasas and everything else, right, is so different, because it's more of a meditation calming modality than CrossFit, which is more rigorous and more just robust, I would say. So I've come to recognize some things that came up in my dreams, and I'm making things click, and I just feel so happy. Like the more you release from your body, your life, the more movement, the more dance, the more glow, the more taking care you do for your skin, for your health, the more you choose how to live your life, the more joy there will be in your eyes and your smile, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you have and what you don't have. At the end of the day, we came here naked, okay? We came here naked, and I'm not just saying that. I really lived through this, whether when I had $1, no dollars, little bit of dollars. Like, I've always had this attitude, and I think that's what grows me and has been stable to me, is the fact that stable for me, the fact that I have this optimistic attitude regardless of what life does to me. And that's something of resiliency that you build over time, if you're able to, if you decide to, if that's what your brain does, right? I'm not here to talk for everybody, but I know what works for me. So point being, what you have, what you don't have, it really doesn't matter. You could have a little today, a lot tomorrow, a lot today, a little tomorrow, a little later today, and a lot later today. You understand what I'm saying? And money flows, okay? Money is money, great. The things you have, the materials, whether you have them or not, it's your character, your body, your spirit, your soul, all aligned within, that can get you to those things even more of, right? So stop focusing on all these outer things, and once you align yourself, those things will come to you without it having to be so hard. It should be with ease, with love, like with joy. Like, it should not be clashing so hard, like friendships, relationships of any kind. It should not be so difficult. You know, when you know it's a fit, you know it's a fit. When you know it's not a fit and your gut tells you within it's not a fit. So with all that being said, wow, almost 9 minutes. That's wonderful. With all that being said, I want you to remember that no one else gets to decide how you choose to live your life. If you decide to sell your stuff today and leave. You understand? That takes bravery. That takes courage. That is amazing. That's exciting. That's spontaneous. That's like what life is about. You being here with a traditional lifestyle, nothing wrong with it. I'm all for that, actually. I would like that at some time. But point being, if you're choosing to stay at your 9 to 5, family of 2 to 4 people in your house, paying off a mortgage, paying off your car, blah, 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 blah. That's a choice. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, it sucks. It's like you don't know what's next or how do you get rid of this debt. But everything is a choice. You need to start taking steps towards that freedom. It starts within the mind, within that willpower, within that desire. And that's what starts it all. It's not a I can't, it's a I can, and I will find a way. And if you don't got that within you, then you're going to remain where you are. And that's a choice, to remain where you are. I don't care what anybody says. You could go to another country, live so comfortably, and I've experienced this. You go to Asia, live so comfortably with a little bit of income compared to what you need in the States as of today, and live fine with your family. Other people do it. They live off of one income in other households. They may not be as rich or as comfortable, but you can have that freedom of time. You can have that freedom of peace of mind where you can read books, where you can actually have time for your family and actually have time to do things. So find a way and stop complaining. Bitching doesn't get you anywhere, but want to drive people away from you. And that's the truth. So I'm going to end it at this. Have a great day. And remember that no one's responsible for your life but yourself. So if you're deep in the shit, you got yourself there. And not necessarily that you did everything onto yourself. Maybe life hit you. I get it. I've been there. But it doesn't mean that you stay in the dumps. That's a choice, my friend. So I love you all. Have a great day. Drink some chai or whatever you want. I'm gonna have an amazing day, and I hope you have an amazing day. This is Prateepa Day from Chai Together. I love you, and peace. Bye.